I will.
Oh, yeah.
Limit the time.
Go ahead and get started.
Okay, so we call to order. Today is January 8th, 2025. Welcome, everyone. It's 3:13, I believe it is 3:12. Gonna do roll call. Rudy Blanco, go on here, the chair.
Francesca Ortega.
Miguel Martinez.
Miguel Martinez. Welcome aboard again, Miguel
Thank you, sir.
Martinez. Yeah.
Thanks for serving, all of you guys.
Thank you. So yeah, I think Esther is missing. I don't know if she was here, she was present, or she's on.
No, she's out.
Is she-
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
fine now, but she can't make it.
Gotcha. And Eladio AWOL, okay,
I tried calling.
Yeah,
her.
I did too. Okay, I think we still have quorum anyway, so. We could meet everything else. We have a elected council member, Stephen Herzberg and JC Fernandez, thank you for coming. To our meeting, thank you for being here. Any public comments, anything else,
This you wanna go? No, I
Go
just,
ahead, Casey.
thank you for, again, for serving, I know that it's an important committee. All the committees are important, all right, but I think that this one especially because of how it affects the homes, especially on the west side. So, and I know that you guys have had a lot of traction under the leadership of Miguel, but it's gonna continue and you guys are gonna just try to make a difference, make our elected officials up in the state to come up with solutions where we can live with those industry, with the blasting industry.
And Miguel, welcome back.
welcome back.
I've said it multiple times, there's nobody in the state that knows more about this than you. And there's nobody that's put in more hours about these issues than you, so we're happy to have you back and able to join our efforts. And listen, both of you were with me at the DIG delegation. We're going to continue to push. I don't know, however you go on to do it, Rudy, we can just talk about, what's going on in my position, a few things. As you go down your agenda, I think that makes sense. I'm here to be part of the team and get this thing done.
Right.
This is a priority of the council. It's a priority, I know for sure for Brian and I think it's a priority for everybody. And we're going to finally, I think this will be the year that something will happen.
Something has to happen.
It has to
It
happen.
has to happen.
We have a meeting on Friday about some issues. It's obviously open,
It's a sunshine meeting.
sunshine meeting. I hope the entire council should be there.
What time is that?
5 o'clock. 5 o'clock on Friday. Yeah, we can go do happy hour.
I'm in.
Beginning of the year.
Better than the Southern
Yes.
I'll be there.
But that's important. I ask that you all come on the January 21st meeting.
Yes.
The last issues will be at the end of the meeting. It will be a long meeting, most likely. Because obviously, as you all know, we're appointing potentially another member of the council if for Josh's open seat, so I expect a lot of public comments and things like that.
I might be late for that meeting because I'm coming back from DC at that time, but
You're
I'll probably
late,
make
that's fine. The only reason
I'll
I
probably
ask
make
for
it.
at least follow along or watch it online because
Yeah,
it will probably be the town attorney at the prior meeting told us that he would come up to us with a report. We'll see what we discuss on Friday.
yeah.
And then maybe we'll determine, the town attorney will tell us if it's ready on the 21st to have something for us or not. We'll see. And then as discussed in the prior meeting as well, every month I plan on providing an update on what's going on. And that includes speaking with you guys individually and giving an update, not just from what I'm doing, but from what the board's doing. Josh, the Mayor Davis, was very good in just saying, so the way the charter works is the mayor has intergovernmental affairs. Council member, we're not supposed to be negotiating things with other cities, towns, the state government. The mayor said, anything blasting related, it's you. I'm allowed, I'm the person that will be communicating with the county. I'm trying to set up a meeting with Annabelle from the Mayor Cava's office for next week. And then I told her after that, I expect to have a meeting with the mayor. I will be reaching out to Senator Garcia. That's something that I likely will work with the mayor with because of his relationship with Senator Garcia. But my idea is that we need that resolution that we sort of got the county's help last year. We need that much earlier. We got the county's help towards almost the end of the session. I want to get that resolution done before the session starts. I've already reached out to every state representative and state senator in Dade. I guess I do plan on reaching out to some in Broward now as well. And my next step-
Especially the Miramar Pembroke line.
Yeah, and my next step now is I am compiling a list of every single council member or mayor in municipalities that are affected, Hialeah, Doral,
Doral has a support.
Hialeah Garden,
Yeah, no support.
Miramar, at least those 5, and send individual letters to each one of those to say, so are you guys gonna do something with us or no? Right, and the purpose of that is to have the same message. We want to share the same message in the county too. We got to share the same message of being reasonable. What we want to not feel our properties shake. It's not a matter of closing down mines. And I don't want, if we do get some other municipality or some other lobbying force behind us, I don't want them to say close down the mines. That makes us.
No.
Right, no.
No.
Makes us look bad. So that's the purpose of reaching out to all of them. So that's my plan right now. I hope to reach out to all of them by the end of the week. And then see what we get back. I did meet with Representative David Barrera today. And that meeting went pretty well. I want to be educated in the issue for various reasons, which we can discuss individually, privately, but it went well. We want to be educated in the issue. So I'm all ears for you guys to push. I'll keep you guys informed. And then my plan is when I share updates with the council, I want to share what you guys are doing as well. Because it can't just be me, it can't just be, it has to be all of us. Right, so we need your help from our side, but you have a blasting board on the council. So
An extension of it.
we do, we have an extension of it now, and we need to, this needs to be here with something that's done. Okay, and that's it. And I know multiple members feel the same way. Let's get that.
Go ahead. Yeah, but what's, yeah, go ahead.
Obviously, I don't know how things work on that side of the world,
Ne-
right?
Neither do I, just started, so.
But the communication that are gonna be standardized to all these, let's call them cities or counties, right? They're gonna come from you,
Yeah, they come from me personally.
okay,
As the council, as the council.
as a council member,
Yeah.
okay. What if we include, obviously, I know we've created different versions of our collateral, like we have the robust presentation, the simple flyer, and the more extensive flyer.
Right.
But what if we did it to match your letter? So like, let's say you're saying, I want your support, X, Y, Z, and you.
And we prepare like
Outline
a
it?
different like a different.
Yeah.
that's-
That goes hand in hand with it, to almost like visually explain what we're experiencing. They already know, because they know what blasting is, but I
Yeah.
feel like it's different to see it visually,
Mhm.
just to like supplement whatever you put together in
Yeah, yeah.
writing.
That's fine.
So we can like brainstorm.
If they could visually see the types of damage, that it's not settlement, it's seismic.
Right,
Um,
right.
It'll support what you're saying.
Or sometimes you send a letter and it doesn't necessarily go to the person you need it to go, right? So let's say it touches other hands, whoever reads it, at least, maybe they don't live in Hialeah Lakes and they don't know, and like, I just feel like it should. I have something,
Give me in mind, let's do it. I mean, so basically the letter I have in mind, I'll send it to you,
okay,
okay? I'll
you
send it
did
to-
it already, or you're saying you're gonna?
I'm almost done with it.
Okay.
Again, so it's very one-page letter, right? Okay, nothing, I don't want anything to be too big. It comes from me. I have somebody, I prefer to email it myself instead of having like somebody, I can have like Alexis, our clerk and council assistant do it. I prefer it just comes from me. I think it's a little silly to have somebody else send me email.
No, and the reply is more
Yeah,
direct.
exactly. So I just go come from my email. And then also, then I have him also mail it out to make sure they get it both ways, right?
Mhm.
And it's just going to say, like, we're coming to the legislative session soon. I'm assuming, I'm reaching out to people where they feel blessed.
Okay,
Now, depending on the town and the municipality, some of the members maybe don't know about it because they live on the other side and they only represent a district. Right?
Mhm.
And maybe they don't know much about it. I feel like in Hialeah, that's definitely going to be the case.
Could be the case.
Yeah, because most of Hialeah doesn't feel it.
Mhm.
A very decent size, a very
Right.
dense area of a lot of buildings does feel it like worse than us.
Especially the annex.
Right, annex.
Yeah.
So, just, making, it's an invite and saying, well, I want to speak with you. We gotta meet. We need to
So
do
the call
something.
to action is I wanna speak to you.
The call to action is I want to collaborate. I want your council to take this seriously as well. And we need to have a unified message. That's the call to
Okay.
action.
Gotcha.
Collaborate, unified message. This is affecting our constituents. This is
Okay.
affecting our schools, our infrastructure. It's affecting everything. It's not just our homes. Our sidewalks are being damaged from this, no doubt. Right? So if you have anything that I can include with that letter, absolutely.
I almost like, obviously this just came to
And
me.
this doesn't have to be
right? But-
approved by the board, just give it to me. It's for me to use.
Okay, I was thinking more of like an infographic looking thing
Mhm.
with like a map that illustrates the areas affected and. Like a tiny,
More like a flyer,
not
info,
even like a flyer.
Not-
It'll
not a
look
flyer
like it
itself, but the
belongs
info.
with the letter, like,
Right. no, but the info that goes on a
Like
flyer.
a
It's very-
table, like something that goes with things.
let me draw it.
Okay,
And I'll
that's
show
fine.
you and then you'll be like,
Send it to
oh,
me.
that makes
I would like,
sense.
time is not on our side.
Right, no,
These things need to be done, and what I'm saying is, it's good to have this discussion with all of you, but this is something coming from my office, so it doesn't necessarily have to be approved by the board or whatever. You just send me what you have and we can discuss individually.
Okay.
Whatever help you can give me and have them actually read the letter and respond. And
mhm,
that's what you're good at, then let's do it.
Yeah. got it. And I could also, submit it via social too.
Of course.
This thing I have in my head, and then I can share it with the cities that you share it with.
Oh, yeah, absolutely,
So it matches.
absolutely.
Okay.
Anything else?
Where was
Anybody
the
else?
agenda? Like, where-
Let me bring the agenda. Go back to the agenda. Going back to the last minutes, do we need any minutes? Are there any minutes, still pending or anything?
Well, the thing is that Esther sent them while I was out, so they don't get attached to the.
Oh, I got you.
They'll be a part of your February.
Okay, February or end of January, whatever.
Or yeah.
Whichever, all right.
Today's meeting.
That meeting, okay, old business. Well, the legal town advisory opinion, I'm still waiting on that. and
Yeah,
See what
so
they say on Friday.
let's see what they say on Friday.
Legislative update, I still haven't received anything from Fabrizio or from Abby. I would imagine. I think they're gonna do a special bill.
I don't know, you're right.
I think they have a special bill, which is a little bit different
Correct.
than your regular bills,
Yeah.
but. I'm still waiting for them for Valecita and everybody else to see what they have.
I agree. I think I think he might do something a little different.
Right, and that's why they find out in
Right.
the coming days and weeks and everything else. Meeting from Speaker Box, I have a meeting with him, with Danny Perez next week. In Tallahassee next week with the Greater Miami Chamber of Commerce, the Public Affairs Committee. And I'm gonna take that advantage and pro, the whole blasting situation and so forth. They know. And that's taken care of. That's not a problem. I know on Monday exactly.
Okay.
But we're meeting pretty much everybody.
Good.
Governor, vice governor, everybody, down the list.
Want me to put together any for those meetings?
What I need is like a copy of the flyers, those one page.
Maybe
the one page.
something a little up to date. Not up to date, but maybe something.
If you can. If you can
Yeah,
do that,
we'll
that'd
do
be
that.
great. That'll be great, if you can, or.
We have
Like,
them, so
one
they're
flyer.
all. on
I
the
need
website.
Tuesday.
They're all on the
Yeah, I
website.
know, no, yeah, I know that, website. I need Tuesday. I'm back Thursday, so,
So if
because
you
I wanna
need-
take something.
Right, if you
just-
need it printed, just
Print
just tell I can have the clerk's office print, 40 of them for you, so you can
Gotcha.
take them up.
Yeah, that's what I
And you can just come here and pick it up.
think. We're gonna pick them up on Friday, I guess, or
Yeah,
Monday,
yeah.
whatever.
Let me send him this thing I have in my head.
Oh, no, do that, do
Because I want you to get a more detailed version of what he uses for his letter.
Yeah.
Like an extension of it, like the baby and then.
Just
the-
make sure.
I was talking to Brian today, and Brian might have a letter, Brian went. He was at the luncheon,
Mhm.
at the Miami Lakes luncheon today. And he might send a letter or something, so we have a new CFO.
Correct. But we don't have one yet.
Yeah, but
100%.
there's somebody there acting,
So
there's an acting person, because I saw it in my list,
who's the acting? I don't even know.
it's a lady, the lady.
Is it the same one?
No,
Is
it's
it-
not Johnson, no, it's another lady.
So,
Somebody that was there before?
It was the assistant of,
so yeah, we need to reach out to the CFO's office. but-
right, so
and whenever the new
I'll see who it
CFO
is,
is
right,
announced.
I'll know on Tuesday,
And
Wednesday.
You know what might be happening is he might not be talking about the new CFO because and we wanna talk politics a little bit, he might appoint himself as senator.
Correct.
So he's not,
That's
he's
what I
going
told-
that,
that's what I was
he's
telling
going
you.
that Jeanette Nunez choose for the new CFO is.
Hmm.
Nice.
That could be the case.
And she might be the new governor, which obviously she's a Miami-Dade person. We should be able to have much better contacts with her if she's the new governor. And that would push things. Obviously, a lot of moving parts there, on the political side of what's going on. And there's a lot of moving parts down here
Yes.
because,
A lot.
we're gonna have a new date, there's an open seat in the Miami-Dade County Commission. Which supposedly, it's well known that Senator Brian Avila might want that seat, and the commission decides if there's a special election or an appointment. I think typically they
That's
appoint,
another issue here.
and if he goes, then obviously he leaves his Senate seat. And that opens up the door for people in this area, such as whoever, any of the current reps or other mayors, whoever, to run for that Senate seat. Which is our Senate seat, which is obviously critical to get a sister bill out, whatever for Recio files. So, that's there's a lot of moving parts right now, and we might not know who's representing who and where until April, when the session starts in March, in the end of March, March 24th.
Right now, it's on Maria, Amanda Maria Pinto. She's running the CFO's office, part of it.
Okay.
I'll be meeting her on Monday,
Okay.
on Tuesday, so Tuesday or Wednesday morning. So she's in charge of everything, who's who and who's what now with
Okay.
Patronus's office. She's part of government affairs with us, you can imagine.
Mhm.
And, but she's Patronus's,
You're
He
going
used
to
it.
Tallahassee?
yeah, and she'll be there too and everything else, so
Okay.
I'll find out.
Yeah,
Who the
okay.
CFO is, 'cause that's critical for us, 'cause they're the ones that are the fire marshal. and everything else, so
And they
she'll
regulate.
let me know. She'll let me know exactly who
I mean,
it is,
we're-
but right now she's the one. in charge.
This is the year to do something.
Yes,
And there's just so many moving parts that the moving parts could potentially make it easier or potentially make it a lot harder.
exactly.
And also, I'm gonna reach out to every county commissioner as
Of
well.
course.
And push all of them. I mean, we need support. And it's just, you knock on every door, right? I guess that's what.
Exactly, that's what I'm
it
doing,
is.
that's,
And not-
Yeah. Yeah, or knock the doors down, which we have that option. We have that option and we're maybe moving forward with it on the legal side. But it's not guaranteed. It's a shot in the dark, right?
okay, anything else? Moving right along, the workshop. I don't know what you guys still think about the workshop with the municipalities. I know some of the I know we have Doral will be very much interested. I know they're still dealing with their garbage issue and Miramar is dealing with their garbage issue. I might go back to Miramar. It's in a hole, so they're dealing with a lot of issues, those two municipalities. And they want to sue the county and not, so they're involved. But I know that Doral already with the three people, we have Chrissy Praga, we have Reynoso, who just got elected, and Pinedo, Rafi Pinedo. Is a good block. They've already expressed support for us. We might have to go visit them again and so forth, but they have support. Plus, because they're people, they have no doubt about it. They've just got the new city manager, and so forth, so. Now might be the time to hit
Talking about moving parts, Doral is.
Doral. He gets good about it.
A lot of
The
stuff.
good thing is our attorneys here are the same attorneys that are over there, and they're going through the same situation, and they're getting the blasting complaints and everything else. So that's a good,
So we
we
should-
could be like a sister city, type of.
Sharing the town attorneys obviously helps.
It helps a lot, it helps incredibly. So I think that's still being worked out and how we can work it out when, maybe before the session in Tallahassee or.
I have a question
President,
about that,
sure.
because we had a whole strategy that we
Right,
discussed.
we discussed in
previous
2 or 3
meetings
months, yeah.
About what we expected from the workshop, what we
Right.
wanted from it, whatever,
Right.
right? And then we said we would table it until now.
Right. Which
But
we have.
now that Stephen is gonna initiate that communication and he's gonna ask like, hey, let's collaborate. What if we, one, either include the date of the workshop on the letter, or if we don't wanna include the date, then it can be one of the things that we wanna do. Like, hey, listen, we wanna collaborate with you, let's schedule a meeting. We plan to do this
A
workshop
workshop,
once we have
So
whatever.
that,
so you can
my-
incorporate that in the letter, I think that'll be
my
great, that was
thoughts-
my idea.
My thoughts on this is, and like, it's the same thought I had when trying to meet the mayor directly, and I had,
Yeah.
get 30 minutes of her time, county mayor. Is educate. And so I believe it's in my draft letter. I gotta look at it. But I wanna use the resources we have to educate these other elected officials on what this is, because a lot of them, they know there's blasts and that's it.
Mhm.
So my idea when I first talked about the workshop, months ago, or almost a
Yeah.
year ago, was I want to hold it in chambers and get all this. Okay, maybe that was a little too much. At this point, let's see the responses from our letters.
Exactly.
People that do respond, try to coordinate and be, all right, great. You might have 2 members from our council, 2 members, let's notice it publicly. We can hold it in
Right.
chambers, but it won't be some big event
Right.
where then you guys and all of us can educate and talk about, this is how we have been, lobbying the efforts, and this is the science and data behind it, so you have the tools for when you go up for your 2 days that your town goes up for Tallahassee, what to speak about, right? That's the way I see it now. Maybe toned down, and it's a workshop. Let's learn about blasting.
Speaking of that,
That's
yeah,
how I
we
see
can
it.
tie it up. I just got invited by Fred Sandra and the chamber to do a podcast for blasting.
Oh, nice.
So we've been invited. It'll be at Anna G. Mendes. Because over here, they don't want the podcast anymore. They're
Yeah,
has a different idea.
yeah, I know. Yeah.
That's why, so we picked up our stuff and we have a great place at Anna G. Mendes.
Good.
They have a great cinema place and everything else. So we've been invited, the board has been invited into Blasting Advisory Board to educate and see what's going on and give an update to the town as well. 'Cause everybody sees that podcast of the chamber. And when I say everybody sees that podcast. That's a huge podcast. We've got like 40 or 50 podcasts already. So it's a good opportunity also to present ourselves, and it's a whole board, it's just one person.
Right.
He wants the whole board to be it and stuff,
How
so
often are the?
every month. We have a podcast every month, on that, so. Anything else, anybody, any other questions for the workshops? And moving on lobbying efforts, or a lot of lobbying efforts are being done, from all angles, from all perspectives, I know the Florida League of Cities was there, I think Raymond was doing something with the
Yes.
Day League of
Ray
Cities.
is.
Ray is, I
Ray is
think Ray was
definitely
doing
on
that.
top of the
that.
city's issues, yes.
Like that, so we have that.
So travel, I think that's something I think you guys gotta discuss.
Yeah.
Days is set.
Days is April 8th and 9th.
I don't think you go up in days. Days is like people, not for you guys. I think you guys need to travel before.
Oh, right. Before, yeah.
I saw the town manager discussing potential travel for the town. Of when, and I mean.
Have they said, have they?
No,
No.
I think it might come up at the next meeting.
Yeah.
But I think the committee weeks trip we took last year was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I think we did 2 trips because then we had the workshop. The committee committee weeks would be sometime in March. I think you should.
Yeah.
Coordinate with Isle about getting the lobbyists to tell you
Well,
when you should
that's what I
go.
was gonna say, we need to work with the
And
lobbyists.
you have a small group.
Eddie
You could- you
Gonzalez,
could
William.
For sure I would for sure try to go sometime in committee weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coordinate make sure, I guess, wait till the next meeting, coordinate, make sure we're not overlapping.
Right.
And then you could then go again in the middle of the session, right? Or just
Correct.
save it if something were to happen like last time,
Right,
and then be ready to just
right.
go last second, and that's what you have to do. And that's the way this works. If we ever had a bill rich committee, you're learning about it on Friday, and you're buying a plane ticket or driving up there, and you're going there on Monday.
Yeah.
Now, that's what we did. We got our ticket on a Friday, and we were flying up on Monday. But I would start planning for you guys to go up during committee weeks. I thought that was a really productive trip. And
course.
3 of you should go.
Of course.
We also talked about going mid-January.
That was
You
that.
were going
I'm going
already,
down, right,
but we talked about, Esther and I, and now that
Right.
Miguel is here, obviously, because he wasn't here at the time. Are we still going for that? Like,
I think that has it, we don't even have a bill yet.
Yeah.
In essence, the reason why I'm going is I'm going anyways.
right,
Going
right,
for good advantage, so it was tabled because there's no bill yet, there's really no actual thing, but we'll find out as.
Mhm.
Once we get the bills, once we get everything from
Mm-hmm.
Fabricio and Avila and what the strategy is and what we do, then yes. And we're gonna coordinate with the town to see when they're gonna go. They might go next week or in 2 weeks. I don't know.
Yeah, I know, I would.
Because this is committee week. We started already.
Right, I would.
We
expect
started already. The
later-
week has just
I would
started.
expect sometime in March, and that's when I think you guys
And that's what
would
we.
go as well,
that's what
maybe
we-
late February.
Or late February.
Just keep that, I mean, in the past, all the trips we've done, we've only booked it 2, 3 weeks in advance. usually.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
So it's not, the airfare is airfare, it's gonna be between $300 and $500.
It's
nothing
$500
about that.
yeah, but it's three of us now. so-
Right,
Right.
only three of
I-
you, you
I
still,
mean,
you have
there's
your,
four, but
Four,
right,
whatever it is.
saying it's not gonna be our entire budget.
right.
Or.
So, I would just urge you guys to continue to do that.
Yeah.
It's been good. You gotta wait for the bill in the
I
Senate.
can't wait for the bill on the Senate and then the stuff. But
Yeah.
the good thing is I'll scope next week what's going
Yeah.
on, get a feel for everything going on. Should be a better year for us. We gotta take advantage of this year. I was talking to Brigadier Lopez, who's responsible for the procedures in the House and in the Senate and everything else. It's a better year because we don't have elections, the government is not running for anything, so it's a time to pass the people's agenda for us, because now, he has to take a look at really what's going on in the state of Florida. He doesn't, and if he leaves or whatever, we still got Janet Nunez
Right.
in the back, so this is our year, this is a year to push everything locally. And if you notice the bills and you notice the things coming out, it's very, people friendly things, firearms, licenses, homeowners insurance, all that, so that'll always be there. Homeowners affordability
Not cultural wars.
and the culture, yeah. So it's a year to pass. You don't have elections, you don't have your
Right.
governors running.
Right.
Or anything like that, and all that's,
Agreed.
but we do have a super majority
Yeah.
Republicans.
I mean, this isn't
The business
partisan issue,
It is,
so.
it should.
And everything is gonna be business oriented. How does it affect the business of the state of Florida?
Right.
So, in every way, we have to use that to our advantage as best as we can.
Right.
In whatever we propose to the senators and representatives up there in Tallahassee.
I think something that,
Huge.
to reiterate, underline and highlight, the issue of the insurance crisis that we're going through.
Yes, that's
How-
huge.
The insurance, the properties are affected, and insurance is inversely affected by this damage.
Mhm.
And it should be
Well,
easily
if you
recognized.
got the insurance lobby on our side, then we're gonna get a bill. pass.
That'll be, right,
Yeah, right.
That'll be
That's
great.
my-
That'll be
I'm
great.
getting-
That's the strongest lobby there is in the state of Florida, probably. So,
Yeah.
I just say, I don't think there's been enough against them. They've had some cases go against them recently, but I don't think there's been enough that they're really putting in here. That
Research.
But,
It would be great if it's 100%, and that's how you try to, maybe
if they were to side with us,
Oh, yeah.
listen, we gotta figure something out, because this is coming.
Yeah. Agreed.
I think it's a hell of an angle.
Mhm.
Yeah, the insurance, is it gonna, again, huge again,
Yeah, it's.
and the homeowners issues,
Yeah,
and
it's
all
gonna
that.
be
that's
for a
gonna be,
while.
that's gonna be for a while. I personally am favoring a national catastrophic insurance. Like I
Yeah.
lobbied
I agree,
many years ago, I lobbied for that.
I agree.
And of course, the insurance companies don't like it, but I knew that was the way to go, and
Just like.
the
flood-
proof is in the pudding 20 years later.
flood.
So they call me back, the realtors will call me back to push it again.
So we
And we
just,
have-
we just had an event with the realtors and.
Yes,
And that's a very strong lobby.
huge.
In
I don't know if
town.
Daniele Blake was there. Was Daniele Blake there?
Eddie Blanco.
Eddie Blanco, of course. Right.
Right.
You know that, but I think Daniele Blake was probably there or something.
Senator,
Yeah. States.
Catalina, no, Rodriguez,
Rodriguez.
Anna Maria.
Anna Maria was there.
Great. Is it right?
Is she a realtor?
Yeah, she
Okay,
is.
I didn't
He's a
know
realtor.
that.
He's a realtor. He's a
So-
realtor. That's her job.
Yeah, that's
But-
her job, so.
That's another
She was-
powerful force.
She's the chair of the Dade delegation,
That's right.
right?
So the person there is Daniele Blake. He's government, you probably know that. name. Daniele
Oh,
Blake.
yeah.
She'll be great. She's the one, she knows everybody in
Yeah, I met
Tallahassee.
her. I met her.
And blonde. And she
Yeah.
knows everybody in Tallahassee, knows everybody, so she was
Yeah,
inside.
I mean,
It's
you
all
guys,
there. Oh, yeah.
you guys have been in there.
Yeah, you there too, Jason?
You're a realtor.
Realtor too?
Um,
A board member.
Board member.
Get them-
25 years.
Get them on,
I would.
Get them to lobby for us a
Of
little.
course, that's what I'm
I mean,
trying
they
to
have
do.
their own issues, but
That's what I'm trying to do.
home shaking is not good for us.
Right.
That's
No,
right.
and, you know, it's also a matter of responsibility, the disclosure, the this, the that,
Correct.
so we can play that angle too.
Correct. You know,
So you're a realtor too? Okay, and do you require that disclosure, that last disclosure? We do, it's required by a
Yeah.
broker.
I require it in my team, so I don't.
Yeah.
I don't want it to ever come back in.
No, yeah, you just disclose it. Ours is very simple. Ours just has a website.
Yeah. You're
Your
in Belt
home
Lake.
is within
Yeah, Belt
3
Lake,
miles of a
Of course.
rock
It's
quarry.
been there for a long
Yeah.
time.
Please refer, this is the website that you should go
But
to.
it's,
to
but it's
find-
only required on the law only requires it on developer deals.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think, her.
Right, but you guys do it because you just feel it's the right thing to do, which is awesome.
Right.
And that's the way it should be.
Right.
But,
Like I started including it now in Paramar,
Right,
even though
right.
technically they're not, but I just like Riviera Isles is so heavily affected,
Yeah.
Sunset Lakes.
Uh,
Nautica and
Southwest.
and all the clusters there on the west, so like. Every few months, I'm like, oh, now include this community, now
Yeah.
include that, because we homestead now, so, you know.
Yep.
Better be safe than sorry.
I've only had one deal not go through because of that disclosure in PSN on the lake.
No
But-
surprise.
But that's okay,
Not surprised.
She-
We
Not
disclose
surprised.
it, we just don't circulate it to the lenders and that.
No, of course, not the lenders, but that didn't fall through there. It fell through because the buyer wasn't
Oh, the
aware of
buyer.
the buyer wasn't aware of. I-
Wow.
I know,
On the lake.
and on the lake.
On the lake.
That's there's like what, 2 properties that.
Two properties a decade, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't even get listed.
No,
No.
most of the time they don't.
Okay,
Moving right along. The certificates of appreciation, I think that's good for past members and everything else. What do you think? For a second, I want to open it up.
are we voting?
No, what do you think? Wait till the end of the month.
No, no,
Mhm.
if we are going to, it's fine. If the question is, do I agree with doing it? Like, what's the question?
No, I'm open up for discussion if we should still go ahead and do it and
I
have it.
think
And
it's a very gracious thing for past members. I think there should be some type of criteria in order to make the list.
Right.
I'm not a believer in participation trophies, but you know, I could buy into it.
Can you guys confirm for me if the intention is to just have it signed by the mayor and then we email it to those? We have to pick it up, we mail it out.
I
think
don't see
Esther
why
said
an
mail
email
it
would
out.
be an issue, but I know Esther said that she preferred a physical copy, but you know, just in the day and age we live in, I don't think an email version is
Okay.
inadequate,
Yeah.
but that's just my opinion.
Yeah,
You know,
we did
we can do
something
the mail
that's-
now.
I don't agree with that. It would be something nice that an email is in.
and emails too personal.
Yeah, I think.
Right.
It's gotta be,
We
it's
open
gotta be
the-
like, is
The
it?
discussion of who's gonna print it, how is it gonna be printed?
No, I mean,
The print?
we
No,
can, we can print them. I know
Oh,
Esther,
okay.
The town does
when
it.
she started talking about it, that's how we were gonna.
Yeah.
I'm having the team look at it. Just to confirm that they, that the look goes with our guidelines and stuff, and
Mhm.
once I get an okay from them, then I'll move
They let
forward.
me know.
Weren't we also expecting an answer from the town regarding how it would be executed?
Right.
and-
I think that,
and
yes, we were waiting for, I think that's your
What
committee.
it would look like.
The certificate?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, because you had said it had never been done.
Yeah, I saw that
before, so
email.
You weren't sure,
I
and
saw
then you
that
said you
email,
were gonna
yeah.
ask.
Yeah, so
Yes.
I don't have an update
She
on
doesn't
that,
have that.
Oh, okay.
but,
I think we should resurface. it.
once I'm ready to, I guess, to mail it out, I'll let you guys know.
Well, you can't be ready to mail it out if we don't know, you can't get that far. if
Well,
We
if-
don't know,
I mean, I honestly, I only asked for the design, but
okay,
in terms of, in asking about the design, I'm asking, okay, this is gonna be sent out. So
okay,
if I don't have any pushback and I'm ready to mail it out, I'll let you guys know.
oh, okay, yeah. no problem. And at least we put like, was a member for a minimum of X amount of time?
We can do that.
Let me show you what the
Cause if
template
you
that she
came to
had
2
sent me.
meetings and then you're not a member anymore.
I know. Did you
You
still
know,
get one?
But if we had like a member who, I'm not saying it has
I
to be a
understand.
year, but. Like, John Estrella, right? He deserves our recognition for the time that he participated in the board, but if it was a transient person who ended up realizing that this wasn't a right fit for him or her, then what are we gonna recognize him for?
Would you guys be open to presenting it during one of our council meetings?
That would be beautiful.
That would be nice.
I love
I think
that.
that's more.
Yeah, absolutely. We can mail it if they don't attend the council.
Okay.
That's nice. I like
Super
that.
nice. I love that recommendation. As long as it's awarded.
To the appropriate, yeah, and I agree with you that I think, you know, coming from chairing a committee in the past, there were people that never showed up, and there were people that showed up once and never showed up again, and I
That's
don't
exactly
think
it.
that they deserve an award.
Right.
Mhm.
Correct. Absolutely.
But for
Okay.
right now, is the direction that we're giving it to everybody, or
No,
you guys are gonna
they're-
give me the
they're
criteria?
We're gonna give you a criteria.
Can-
I'm asking because right now, the way she sent them to me, it's everybody who's been a member, because I think that's the last thing you guys discussed, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so how about we take a vote for it? Will we move forward with setting a criteria? Or do we move forward to awarding all regardless of a specific criteria? I feel like I've established how I feel.
That's your motion.
I second.
No.
I didn't,
Your
what?
motion has two options, just say the one
Okay.
you want, I guess.
Well, then I feel
Well,
like
let's
I'm
take a
laying
vote.
down the
Yeah.
law. Can't we just?
Well,
take
they
a
will
vote?
vote on it, they will vote on it.
Okay, my motion is to give it to members that follow a specific criteria that we will set today.
I second.
Wait 2 seconds. All in favor?
Hold on a second.
All in favor?
You have to eye your motion.
Aye, for me it's aye,
I'm-
so
I'm
it's
not-
gonna have a criteria.
Second motion. Okay, and the criteria is at least a member for 3 months?
Membership, participation,
How about attended at least 3 meetings?
by participation, 3.
I'm trying. These people wanted to give it to everybody. I
Don't
mean,
point over here.
okay, maybe 6 meetings? What do you think?
I don't think you want to selectively enforce things, but I think six.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so, it's
I
me.
think.
Six.
I think-
The initial board, the initial committee
The initial-
only met for 6 months. Not even,
Perfect.
it was like 3 months, actually. Yeah, the board was alive for 6 months, we only met for 3.
Well, no, I think the initial board, anybody who was on like the original board.
Oh, for sure.
Across
Yeah,
the
yeah.
board, then that, you need to make that as the criteria then, or establish that as the base of the criteria,
Okay, so original board,
the original board.
all original board members. How about that?
That's a good one. They were good.
Board members. And
Yeah, I
then,
remember
I watched the meetings online, you know, I like to watch old meetings.
starting the second board, at least 6 meetings.
Yeah.
Of attendance.
that. Oh, yeah.
And
I mean, in all honesty, I don't know if the attendance records are probably non-existent
Oh, 'cause we
other than
didn't
when
take
I started doing.
Right,
it.
I think when you started doing.
So.
Yeah.
I know the names of people that won't get it. But.
Right.
And I think
Right.
it's 2 people.
Do you have
So-
Isles, can you generate a list, like something quickly of all members?
I was on.
Yeah, so. From what I'm
No.
seeing, you guys did people that were on the board last year, so we had discussed. Because I have a few names, I'll read them out for you, based on what she had put together. Angel Armesto, John Estrella, Angelo Garcia, Stephen Hersberg, Miguel Martinez, Juan Sancho, and that's it. So those are out, they sound like last year's names.
Yeah,
Juan
last
Sancho
name.
was here for.
Okay, let's just be
There was
honest.
no criteria, though, that's the point.
Oh,
Juan-
how about if
Sancho
we-
went to 2 meetings. I
Right.
understand where the.
He gave it 2
criteria shouldn't be doing it.
yeah.
what if instead of meeting the criteria,
Oh, Brian,
we
Brian,
review the
Brian.
list
And just
and
go
we
with it.
decide
Brian,
who
Brian.
from the list?
Exactly.
I was
It's gone before last.
Because
Um,
he's right, there's no attendance records prior to Stephen, I didn't make that
I mean, there
association.
should
You
be,
can go
but-
to the minutes,
but
but
it'd
then
be
you have to
hard.
go minutes
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
minutes.
You're not gonna have like the Excel.
Yeah.
People, nobody has time for that. How about next meeting? You give us a detailed list, including the OG board, And then we go through it.
You have a significant.
That'll be the 27th. So the next meeting is the 27th. That'll be 27th.
So I have a list of names that the town clerk's office keeps that has everybody's names of when they
Okay.
were,
That's it.
they were appointed.
That's it. That's
Perfect.
what we need. That's what we need.
You have it now, or you're saying?
Yeah, I have it. I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, if you have it now, let's vote on it right.
It's 41.
Names.
Yeah, no, quite a few people.
Because this is from the very
It goes to
beginning.
the
There's been a lot
original,
of-
it goes to
when I
the
first
original
got on the
staff,
board,
it
there
goes to
was
the original
12
people.
people on
Yeah.
this board.
Remember, it has the original.
So as of the last 2 years, I can tell you who was appointed in the last 3 years.
Yeah, not that bad.
Yes. So whatever we do.
We'll add it to the agenda for next meeting and then we'll
Okay.
vote on it next
So
meeting.
provide the list.
So do we scrap
Provide
that
the
my
list to us,
motion?
Yeah.
Modify
Which
it.
is fine.
Okay, let me modify the
Modify it.
motion. So that next meeting, we review the list of the 41 people that Owl has, and we will decide and vote on which of those. Will get the recognition based on this general idea of a criteria of a member that attended a minimum of 6 meetings or all members that were from the original board.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Right. Then the 27th, that's the 27th, the next
This-
meeting,
Your January meeting, you guys are supposed
at the
to,
January meeting.
but what, why not
27th.
today?
No,
We don't have
no,
everybody
I'm
here.
saying that today. we
I
can
didn't think
talk
you guys ever have it.
Well, no, just.
about- As of late,
Esther's on here, I didn't know, I thought you would be here, but I mean, but.
No, I mean, you guys always have one member that doesn't.
yes.
So I'm just saying it, okay, because you want to wait till
The point I'm
Esther.
getting
Yeah,
at
I
is
think
that
it'd be fair.
I thought when the secretary is not present, that you're supposed to state at the beginning of the meeting who the secretary is and who's taking the minutes.
You are, just the one that's filling it.
Feeling.
The ones that put on.
Gotcha.
Hello.
Hello, welcome.
Mr. Blasky.
Am I- are you guys-
are you guys rolling?
Yeah, just for the record,
Oh, it's been rolling for almost an hour.
town council member Angelo Garcia has appeared
In
yeah,
your old spot.
drafting a final report meeting at his old spot,
Right here.
at his old spot.
Love it.
Everything else. I think elections, we should table for the next regular meeting, hopefully everybody's here. Esther's here, everybody's, whoever's gonna be here. Will be here. for
Just
that.
keep in mind, it needs to be done in January.
It needs to be done, January, I know that.
And just wondering, your Jan. Well, no, every
Always in
year,
January.
it just happens every
Always
year
in
in
January.
January. Yeah,
Always.
I know you were talking about like, like something that was open, but
Okay.
it so happens to be
December,
like.
she pulled it, she was.
Oh, so she was
Can
elected
you
to be the
email
secretary
us,
in
uh,
December,
December.
but then in January, we do it again.
Because I was sure, you
Can
were
you
vice
email
chair, so we
us?
needed a secretary, and she was the one that was
Okay,
elected.
okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna send
But
it.
now the meeting starts new, the slate starts new in January. It's every year in January, but you're right, that's gotta be done by January.
Gotcha, gotcha.
If I may, members, you,
You can try to get members, that's
this board should be like 6, 7.
you need 6, 7 people.
And that's what it should be, 6, 7 tops. It shouldn't be a 14-member board.
No.
That
course
just
not.
creates problems for them.
Of course.
And I don't think it needs that, because then you're talking about traveling.
We do have that issue with economic development, we have that issue.
If it's that.
But
With economic development, we have that issue with economic development every time.
Very first one, it was a 14, I think there was 12 members.
Yeah,
There's 14 spots.
there's
right
14
now.
spots, it is,
No, no,
they're
but
right
when
there.
it first opened, it was full.
Oh, okay.
I'm-
Yeah, so right now it's not full, but it is 14.
I'm
It
trying,
is 14.
I'm reaching out to people.
Yeah.
I'm reaching out to some of the people that applied to the open council position.
As we will
Hey,
be tired
show
from,
Initiative.
I'm approaching some people who will be tired.
I mean, but really, I think you can use one more solid member.
Yeah, of
Right?
course.
So I'm trying, and I know it's
I've
hard.
approached John Tingle and he might come back and be a
I know it's
Does
hard.
it?
John was excellent.
John Tingle's gonna come. Right. John Tingle will be great.
But
Be good man.
whoever you speak to, like, have them reach out to me, have them reach out to Miguel,
Right.
so we can really convince them
Yeah.
that this is like a strong board that this year, and depending on what the council does
Yes.
over the next year,
It's gonna be crucial.
after that, a crucial for
Right.
one of our top
Right,
priorities.
that's what I,
Like, it is hand in hand working with us for one of our top priorities. There is, and I say this also to younger people that want to get
Right.
involved. There's no other committee that, hey, let's go speak with 10 state
Right.
representatives in Tallahassee and go to Tallahassee twice. Like, no committee offers that.
Yeah,
So another way to look at people is look at somebody, maybe you want like a motivated 24-year-old that's really interested in government and then
Well, you
whatever.
gotta be careful with that, because
I
that's a
know.
double-edged sword, because you're gonna
I
use
know,
people,
yeah,
people
yeah.
that use the committee for their stepping stone. and
That's right.
not-
Their
that's
personal
right,
gain.
Killing
that's right, for resume, building.
Yeah,
I get that, but I think it's hard to get people to join this committee.
Here's the thing though, if you're successful, which is the goal, if you're successful, you may not even need to continue the committee at one point.
Correct.
that's my intent.
The
Right.
goal is that the
I mean,
committee ends.
So who the heck wants to continue to serve a committee that already has served its purpose and
Right.
already
No,
Right.
gotten to the
the
goals that
intent of
you
this
want?
committee has always been temporary,
Right,
always.
I
Right.
Uh,
think that's,
No, but I
Makes
get
sense.
Miguel's point is that, let's say we have another 8 months, right? And in those 8 months, if there's someone exploiting the
Right.
connections for their personal gain, I understand where he's coming from.
We've had it already.
We've had it already.
Yeah.
At
There's
this
the other
point,
issues, people want to sunset this committee.
Well,
So people want to sunset this advisory board.
I'll inform you that I have 2 open seats. I think that I agree with him. I wouldn't want to try to fill them with 14 seats, but
Yeah.
if anybody has somebody that they know that wants to join you guys, I think Steve has an authority too, so whoever it is.
Yeah.
we've always had a recruitment issue as of late, at least during the
Always.
time of
Always,
my
always,
involvement.
always,
It's because,
people always have that issue.
of the time and investment and stuff, but maybe if we,
Right, the time is, the time for this board is not much more than most of the other boards.
Right.
I see it, one, people just don't want to invest their time. And then I don't know if it's a matter of, we're here, you guys are here discussing stuff. Strategy, politics, science, writing letters, traveling. I mean, I guess the travel is the biggest commitment, but it's 2 days, 3 days, you know?
right.
But you're
Also
not,
say I can't travel.
right, you
The
don't
fact
have
I've
to
said I
go. You
can't
don't have
go
to go.
trip, so.
Is the issue that this committee is not doing events and bike rides? I mean, I don't know.
It's because it's not fun, because I've reached out to a ton of people and they're like, oh, you guys don't even. I don't know.
No, but it's not
But
something
we don't do
enjoyable,
fun
but the
things.
issue on this committee is, it's a difficult, topic.
Yeah.
Very difficult.
Mhm.
People don't see any movement because they don't understand what's happening, which is what you're describing. And it's a higher order of thinking, if you will, and you need to understand what's
The
happening.
time commitment, like, and you guys and us and Angelo and everyone, the last 2 years of most committee members have been insanely committed and have put in more time than what is necessarily required.
Right.
But, I mean, if you're on the Cultural Affairs Committee, you gotta go to events
Correct.
on the weekends. You're supposed to.
You got on the development, you got on the development, it's networkers and everything else.
So the time commitment is not that insane because typically you're meeting once a month, maybe twice. I agree that there's more time commitment outside of the committee, reading, studying up, doing letters, things like that. Yeah, you don't have in other committees, but even other committees, when they're setting up events, that takes time.
Yeah.
It takes time outside the committee, so I don't see it as as necessarily, if someone is willing to join a committee, it shouldn't be the time, because the time is the same as any other active committee. I just don't know if it's like what you're saying, where's the movement, what's the benefit of doing this? Is the committee doing work there? But it has been for 4 years now. And,
And that our work is very behind the scenes.
correct.
So it's a
Yeah,
little
but
hard to
this-
quantify and
But over
illustrate.
the next year and 2 years, the work is the most important work that it'll ever do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I want to get out. It's exceptionally important for us.
And I agree with you that because of that, it's, we need to be very careful who's on board.
Agreed.
Correct,
Because if you bring in anybody,
no,
they're not gonna be an asset.
been there,
They'll
done
be
that,
detrimental to
we've
them.
been there and we've done that.
Yeah.
Instead of putting you forward, they put you
They put you
at the
back,
rear.
And you'll have
Put you
trouble
back.
quorum.
we've been there and we've done that.
that's the minimum, but I mean, not to give examples of what's happened to us,
Exactly.
it's embarrassments and, you know, it really set us back certain things. And we're at a critical stage right now that we can't afford a setback to recover from. This has to be pushed forward hardcore.
Do you think that another committee member is actually not, in other words, would you?
If it's the right person, it's an asset,
Okay.
but it's to find that person.
Right.
But yeah, I mean,
I'll describe to you what I feel would be a great asset to this team. I think if we could, so we've always tried to do like all of this illustration of the result of blasting in our community when we get in front of people that we're lobbying to, right? I've always wanted to get like a medically inclined professional on the board, and that could be like anything, like a nurse, a doctor, anything, like a freaking CMA, like I'd be content with anything. And it's because I'd love to highlight the impact that the blasting could do to affect the elderly, the veterans in our community, the children. That would be a phenomenal asset, because we already have like attorneys and stuff. If you get another attorney, phenomenal, they can help do things in those areas. But like, or like if we get another communications person, phenomenal, because then they can help me with social media and I can do more, right?
Then
But-
I have a suggestion that we should contact a mental health task force, which is part of the committee and for the town.
Oh,
And when Wesley, William Perez is part of that.
Yeah.
William
Somebody
Perez.
but somebody's affected. I think that if.
Well, no,
they're
no, of
affected,
course,
They
of
live on
course.
the west side.
But they have, there's people who are, they're dealing with mental health issues, they're dealing with people
I
who
get
are
what he's
affected.
saying. If they live too far into Miami Lakes and they don't feel the blast themselves, it's gonna be a little bit hard to.
I'm just saying,
I don't know. if
reach
you
out,
recall, we
reach
have-
out to them, maybe they.
Yeah, I know. PSA.
And we've had patients that I used to speak to the parents, the mother, for example, and an autistic child who doesn't understand what a blast is and feels their house shake, and the kid takes off running laughing,
Lindsay, yes.
because that is how their response mechanism kicks in,
Correct.
and hiding under a bed laughing. And what is the parent to do? How do you explain to an autistic child, no, it's okay, it was an earthquake that man made her,
Lindsay.
and these are the conversations I used to have with our patients.
Excuse me.
It's no joke. And
Lindsay Long.
to see the frustration in the parents, and the worst part, and I quote,
Lindsay Long.
what do I tell them? Because I don't know myself. It's one of the things that got me into this.
It's membership.
You have a point. And, and I can tell you that the destruction of the property is happening. You don't want to tell a kid that. My house is gonna fall on me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Right,
the normal
so-
kid.
To my point, like, I think a medical professional would be a great asset, right? They can help us on the medical angle when we communicate, when we lobby, when we touch on things, like. That's just my opinion. Another one that would be good is, like someone who works a specific business that serves the community. Like we've tried like Ruby Pharmacy, and we've tried, different people that we have connections with and so on. Someone that their customer experiences the blasting when they're in line to pay for their goods. Like, I feel like that would be a good business owner to add to
Have
our.
you spoken to
board.
the Rubio Pharmacy in the Greenwood Mall? Their pharmacy is
Want to buy.
destroyed.
Yeah, no, she won't.
Oh, really? The daughter was in crying with my son.
Okay, maybe you can get through to her,
That's been nice.
because I was talking to her when you were off the board. So
Oh.
now that you're back on, maybe we can collaborate on that.
Yeah.
But this is just my opinion of people that I think would serve, and anything that's my opinion is always a more communication focused strategy, because that's what I do, right? But like on your area of expertise, if we could also have someone who's as prepared as you are to talk the scientific background of it, that would be an amazing asset too, but that's like a rare find. How many of those are we?
Correct.
Might as well play the lotto, like that, those are the same odds. So if that helps you spark any names in your head, you
I
know,
think of, you know what I think of? Kimberly Trellis, that when you said
Give me try to
yeah, she has 2 autistic children.
Tour.
She's my client, and she's shown interest in the, what is it? the committee, it's a newer committee that serves, that serves, mental health, not mental health. but
Special needs.
Special needs.
Special needs,
Special
the
needs
special needs advisory.
She showed
board.
interest in
That's
that.
another one.
That's another board.
And
Certainly. we can
get,
do it.
and get someone maybe from that, from the board, like steal them, like you're allowed to be.
No.
You're allowed to be.
Work with them about, have them understand, the kids that have, I'm sure somebody's talking about the kids that have. this
Yeah,
illness
yeah. Kimberly
can
Green.
affect
She lives in
Oh.
Satori and she
Kimberly
just
Green.
moved.
She
just
lives in
closed-
Satori?
Well, she just closed, I sold her house, she did a bond in Royal Oaks and,
Yeah.
it's pending in Satori.
Kimberly Green.
But she's living in the
Does
same
it sound
west.
show damages
So-
of housing?
Do they have that, or does she know?
Well, she may not know.
No, there's a lot, there's
Oh,
a
really?
lot of
No, it's-
Satori
yeah.
townhouses that feel damaged, but I was just asking.
No,
Kirsten.
I'm being honest, I don't see any damage and they haven't expressed any damage either.
Kimberly Green.
But I'll ask her, I'll
Yeah,
ask her.
ask
But I think that it's important that in all the committees, but especially this one, that they have the drive that they want
Right.
to serve, because if you just get anybody, they're just gonna walk.
Absolutely.
Been there, done that in this community. We've seen
Yeah.
it already. Many. times.
What was the name of the special, of the mental health task force?
I sent it to you.
Oh, okay, because I wanna reach out and I'll go to the next meeting too.
Lindsay Motawala.
Cause if I go to the meeting too and I
Lindsay-
speak to them,
Lindsay
I
Wa-
feel like it'll create a better
Lindsay
impact.
Wallach. Lindsay Wallach.
Okay,
Kimberly Green, special needs. That's for example. so. Yeah, one of the businesses is very good, because for instance, the Greater Miami Chamber who I'm working with, they represent a lot of businesses and they want to know how businesses are affected too.
Yeah.
Besides residents and individuals,
Yeah.
businesses are affected. There's no doubt about it.
people complain, right? So if you show someone, a politician, an influential person, if you show them 10 residences complaining, or like homeowners complaining, of course that creates an impact and it illustrates the severity of the situation. But if we show 2 homeowners, 1 business, 1 medical professional,
Right.
and
The
like
whole-
a
everybody-
daycare
everybody.
that's complaining, I feel like there's no doubt about that, the impact of the community
problem.
is that robust. But 10 people complaining about their cracked driveways, like I can take it in my house right now. I did my driveway not even 2 months ago, and I've got 37 cracks on it,
Right.
But
And
I
if it's
feel
on the same
like,
place, the miners are gonna say it's the developer's fault.
right, it's the
The developer
contractor's
contractor's
fault.
fault.
You didn't
Every-
put enough
every
rebar.
Every contractor in many days.
Yes,
not
and-
Settling.
Terrible.
Settling.
So, sure, I can use that, I don't care, but I just feel like we need a larger variety of how it affects our community.
Which is why I always make a point, and I learned it from the go, not just houses.
Right, it's not just houses. And I'm learning out,
I like.
I'm
using
learning
word
out the hard
school,
way to the Greater Miami Chamber.
sidewalks, especially when we're talking to other politicians.
Yes.
Where the towns, the state are paying for the damage. Okay.
And I don't understand why business owners are so afraid of like
I don't know.
showing their damage.
Yeah.
Like, Dr. Christine, do you want to-
Because I think it might affect their
They
business,
think
it
it
might
all-
affect their business, so I'm a pharmacy. And it's like, oh, you decide how many cracks I have here, nobody's gonna go to that pharmacy, mira, there's little cracks here, they go look at, and you're a pharmacy, oh, no, I'll go to another pharmacy, I'll go to CVS, I'll go to, I'm gonna touch there, and the walls gonna fall down.
Right.
It's a business reputation.
Yeah.
It's not a little thing, and they don't wanna see, and the business don't wanna show that, or a bakery, oh, no, we just had 3 blasts right now, do you want a cake? It's not gonna happen, it's not gonna happen.
With pieces of
Yeah.
drywall.
Yeah. By the way, here's your drywall for your decorations, come on. And so businesses are cautious.
Yes.
They're very cautious of, I know, I'm with the chamber, so that's how I know, they're
But look,
very
it-
cautious of saying and coming out. "Come over here, come here, we have a party over here.
Right.
But it's the
Hey, I have a rental business,
Is that Vicky Bakery, the green room one?
Yeah, on 186.
Yeah.
They figured too, and Carrabba's, you must be.
No, I've been eating at Carrabba's.
Lakes on the green, just
and
make the whole
Lakes
lakes on the green development is, that, all those people there,
Yeah, I guess.
on 186.
Listen, through the
But-
chair, I know that everybody complains about their driveway.
Right,
And now I have seen something, and I'll send it to you, all you guys. my granite, where I have the faucet where I wash the dishes, the granite has actually
Oh,
cracked
Yeah.
Yes.
completely, and now the water seeps through it. So I had to take that guy, the spray of the guy that sprays the boat. That sprays the boat with all the holes in it. And I had to spray it there. My wife's going, what is all that glue you're throwing down there? Relax.
If they
The
put it
whole-
on yacht, you
Listen,
can put it
the
on-
whole granite is like cracked, and I said, well, how did this happen? Well, it was just an act of God, something, I
I know,
know.
there's a rebar,
Huh?
there's a rebar reinforcement in the granite. If you flip it up, if you flip the counter over, you'll see a piece of rebar.
Right, or fiberglass or whatever,
They
yeah.
embed it, and that.
Oh, that's why it doesn't, so now I have a giant, so, I mean,
Because it separates just like it would from concrete, and then it creates that need for
so
reinforcement.
anyways, what did I miss, if I can, did I miss anything while I was out?
He's gonna get a letter.
Well, you missed, yeah, you missed the time. If you wanna help us recruit additional people.
Yeah, that's really.
I
Now,
think
whoever
that's
I
what
would
we
bring-
have to do.
It'd have to be somebody that really gonna give it everything and not
Of course.
just be here for the fly time.
Right.
Yeah,
Cause we've seen a lot of them,
We discussed that we think, right now there's 4 members, right? Or
no, there's
Five
five,
now.
There's fire.
five with Eladio
Right,
and.
and the other-
And they
last
got,
time- I
how's Eladio doing?
I like
Is he-
Eladio, he's a good guy.
He's
When-
AWOL. We
When's the
haven't
next,
seen him.
when's the last time he came?
I'm gonna give him-
June.
I'm gonna
June.
give him
I saw him in
ears.
June. I saw him in June.
No, I think he was here in July. I remember him being there for one meeting after I left.
Right, July.
He was there in July.
It's
I
all-
haven't seen him
So
since.
what?
I watch
He hasn't been. here.
every, not just you guys, I watch every single committee meeting. Every single one I watch
Of
online.
course. They're done.
And I watch all you guys in the back and forth, some of the stuff. I haven't seen him.
There's him.
So you guys have 4 people in your committee.
Right.
Basically. Again, I think this is the type of board that should have 7 max. And there's 14 open spaces, but it should be a 7-person board. And maybe we can change that, just to make it clear. But, yeah, you guys should have.
What form you need 4 or 5?
Right now you need 3.
Right, because we only. have-
Right, does it short down?
We only have five,
Even if you
Five
lose one,
max.
you still need 3. 2's not
Right.
enough.
Right.
So you need 2.
Tourism.
And if you add one, if you
you
become
need to ready for
6,
form.
Right.
they need to get 4. So that if you add somebody, I mean, honestly, there's somebody that just hasn't been participating.
Yeah, but.
Speak to Josh.
Audio.
Speak to mayor,
Who
speak to
appointed
mayor
Ron?
Dave.
I don't know.
Mayor
who
said.
appointed.
Mayor said.
So
speak-
Josh
speak to-
has the one removed.
Speak to the mayor,
Oh,
he can take him off.
It has to be, how it is right now is that the person, the councilman that appointed is one that removes.
okay.
So speak to the mayor. To have, you know, find a replacement or.
Good luck.
Or just,
Don't even worry about that.
let him know. You guys
I'll put
you guys have the same Excel, you guys keep
I'm-
attendance?
Yeah.
Do you have all the, you want me to look at the meetings, if you have attendance? sheet?
Yeah.
You're already watching them.
But I like the attendance sheet the way I did is because there's a lot of.
I love it.
Yeah, no,
It's like-
very graphic.
What's all that red? Oh, he hasn't been in the meeting.
Yeah.
So
I-
cultural affairs is the same attendance sheet, by the way. I don't know if they copied mine or they had one the same way,
I was like, oh, this is good. Let's go, Steven.
but they have the same one. For you, but,
We haven't been taking attendance, and this is something that I think is an
Well, we
important
have it
task
every-
for the secretary.
You have it in the
Well,
minutes.
attendance.
Yes, yes, I understand
But
that.
the
I'm
secretary
talking about
hasn't kept the
visual
record.
attendance.
Record of it.
Well, the secretary is supposed to provide a record of attendance for the committee rooms every year. It's not just in the minutes, there should be a record of attendance. That's what the committee rules require.
Oh, okay, I was not aware of that.
Alright.
Yeah.
Please,
So-
no one ever nominate me for that.
So you gotta update that Excel sheet. And
Yes.
honestly, I can look at the meetings and email it to one of you guys.
Yeah.
I think it's important. Oh, no, it's important to visualize in your discussion, whoever wants to do it, discussion with the mayor, why. There needs to be a change in that seat.
Okay, so January 27th is our next meeting because the one on the 21st got postponed because of the holiday.
But
Yeah.
just so you
Well,
know,
no, and no, because there's a council meeting that day, because they changed the council meetings to
No.
Tuesday, the 20
Our
the third
meeting
Tuesdays.
It's supposed to be the month.
The
which is
20th,
like the
that's right,
20th.
it's day, okay, May, and okay,
So that I'm okay
Martin
day
Luther King Day.
meeting got moved to the
the
27th.
27th.
But
What
the
time is it, what
council
time?
meeting is on the 21st.
Correct. Correct.
You guys normally meet at?
On Monday,
The third Monday.
No, at what time?
7.
And since we're going through a fresh,
So is
election,
that a special call meeting?
No.
I'm only asking because you guys met today.
today is a special.
So that was a
meeting.
special call meeting.
The one January 27th
Is
is
our
the
regular meeting.
rescheduling
I
of the
think we can put
20th.
it at.
Right, our regular
It
It
doesn't
doesn't
matter. You
matter
can form
because
for both.
Right.
You replace December anyway. So if you put it as a December replacement, then it's still accurate.
Everybody.
Huh?
Hey, are you?
You guys are normally the third.
Right, which falls on the 20th.
It falls
On
on
the
the,
holiday this
holiday.
month and next.
and next month too, that's right.
Yep. So we'll keep it for the fourth,
Yes,
Just for
President's
these.
Day.
just for January and February then. We'll keep it on the fourth Monday.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah?
which is the 27th, yeah, correct. The
For
27th
January,
and the
it
24th
would be the 27th,
and February 24th.
but for February,
I got a question through the chair.
Go-
Is
go ahead,
there,
Andy.
is there something gonna be
Same time?
discussed, the legal?
Friday, sunshine.
Okay,
law.
okay,
You have that Friday, this Friday.
okay.
And
You
just
have
so
it
you
this
know,
way. Where?
November,
Are we not meeting the 20th then?
Let's.
It's a
I'll
holiday.
talk
It's a
briefly.
holiday,
It's a
again,
holiday.
the 27th
Okay.
of January.
those are at 7.
well, I have you guys on set at 7 unless you guys, we haven't talked about.
I was gonna say that, if you want to change the
No.
the time,
Going through a brand new year, brand new, elections, can we eventually surface the topic of 7 PM meeting?
So what time are you looking to have them? So
Oh,
I can look based on availability.
Anytime prior to that.
Really? I like the 7 PM. meeting. I mean, not that it matters for me anymore, but I always, I mean, I guess I came from Brickell, so.
because during the day is very tough.
Yeah.
People are working during the
What's
day.
that? People at work.
Very tough.
That's what we had. When I first
It's
joined the
difficult to
meeting, we
get.
were like 1 o'clock on Wednesdays or something. and No one would show up.
What?
No one would show up. I remember that, I didn't have
Not
a
everybody.
next time.
You'd be alone. At the moment, I can make anything.
Yeah, but if you get more members,
Right.
in my opinion,
The 7
and
o'clock.
I don't know, you have other committees, don't the?
And you have other
committees
committees.
that Have.
Right.
those
Well, the
meetings
earliest is
aren't
what-
the-
Somewhere in the morning, somewhere in the
Well, I
morning.
know, like, yeah, some are in the morning,
Well,
and-
why-
so most of them are at night.
Most of them are,
It depends, remember, elderly affairs is usually in the morning.
well, they've actually gone back and forth.
Yeah.
And they've gone back and
they're-
forth.
They're going
Figure out
tonight,
what-
they'll try to come tonight, right? 6
Yeah,
o'clock?
today.
And they have 6.
They go to bed early.
Through the chair, Ivy,
Go
is
ahead.
Miramar helping at all, or are they still?
No, Miramar
So
has,
just for now,
Miramar
I'm
has,
keeping it at 7.
Miramar's dealing with the
Recycling.
trash disposal issue. Are they gonna sue the city? Are they gonna sue the county? The incinerator,
Is there committee
incinerator.
still in existence?
I
Miramar,
have no idea. I don't think so.
But I'm gonna,
Miramar?
Miramar.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about that.
What were you saying?
I
The
think.
I know about the one in
I have to
Doral.
change
That's it. That's the
If you
mayor
guys are
changed herself. I don't know if you.
Hold on, we're talking about
Can I-
Miramar.
Right,
I'm going forward.
the mayor
You
changed
say for
herself
the 27th and for the
and
24th?
wants to have it now in
No.
Dade County, keep it in
The
Doral.
fourth Monday is okay.
Okay.
Oh,
On
but
Doral,
just
but
going
no,
forward,
they formed it.
March 7th.
So she tabled
I
it
can't
for
do that
90
every
days.
Monday.
Okay.
So
There's a
now
line
she's looking
between
again to try to put it right here in Miramar back
I
here.
don't know how.
So
it's-
Miramar is up and up.
Oh, I didn't know
I-
that.
I-
Yeah.
I-
So
They
it
didn't
happened
bring
in
it to
December.
Miramar?
It
The
happened.
one in, the one in Dayton, the one on,
Because
Doral,
it
they wanna
had
bring
never
it to
been
Broward?
had never been
Now they wanna,
and Broward, I was,
the mayor voted to keep it in Dade,
yes,
keep it in Doral.
okay,
So people in Doral, of course, stormed and went crazy.
yeah, that,
I'm super.
Because she had told everybody that she was gonna move it
Because I
out to
feel like
Doral
we've never
too.
had.
No,
To
no,
Miramar.
never.
So after the
We've had it
elections,
with
I
others.
don't know, they've moved dates so many times.
she came back and she told Doral,
Well, I mean,
I think we should keep it in Dade
Us?
County. And we go,
because we
"What?"
I
need
can't
to,
move them at this.
So when the commission met,
but what do you mean?
They
you can't
couldn't-
move
they
them?
couldn't
If
decide,
the
so they
third
said, "We're gonna
Monday
table
every
it,
month at 7
discuss
with
it for
us,
90 days, so
how did they
March,
get their meeting at
Because
that
you
time?
guys weren't on
the,
the, I
the,
can only.
the
vote
county
so
commission
far
will
so
decide.
there won't be no focus.
Because
The,
the copy already
the
is-
the
So
focus will be,
Miramar now
So
is not
you're
focused, Miramar
referring
thinks
to
that
my
they might, there's a possibility that they're gonna get it in
Now I
Miramar.
have to put a
So
new-
they're gonna sue the county,
Oh,
so they
they're
are, they're,
okay,
they're up in
That's all
arms.
it
oh my God.
Everybody is, man.
We always
They're
thought
up.
we had an issue with this blessing now, now they got the,
So Miramar,
I-
so Miramar.
We
I
did
just sent,
surface this
the
topic.
chair if it's still open.
We need to surface. the
Yeah, I have to
topic
double
that-
check with you guys.
Of what?
So moving forward, our third Monday at 7
It is no
PM
longer.
is
available.
no longer available forever. Because another committee has been
Yeah.
placed in that spot.
Yeah.
So our time needs to be reevaluated.
Because I'm one
regardless.
person and I have one calendar
Okay, so then,
and.
how about
there
the,
was something that
then the
happened,
fourth
they got
Monday?
your.
the fourth
So what
Monday?
day-
Just kick us out like that, kick us to the curb.
So what,
No,
fourth?
No, I
Monday?
have other days, just let me know what works. I can do the fourth Monday. Or I can keep it third Monday, but then your time would have to change to accommodate.
but I,
Like what?
and again, maybe it's my ignorance because I haven't been a part of the board for so long. How can they take our time if that's always been our time for you?
Because I'm
That's
the
what
one
I
that
asked
sets
her.
it on the
Because she's,
calendar.
listen,
Me
it's coming.
manually set it
She
on the
messed up.
calendar.
She's just telling you she messed up.
Right.
She
And I
I'm
can-
sorry,
no,
you
no,
don't-
Apologetic.
Yeah, wasn't.
yeah, I
Understand.
manually set it on the calendar. Based on what I set on the calendar, what goes on the website. Outlook unfortunately doesn't let me put a forever hold on the calendar. They only let me do it however many days in advance. So
Plus,
your
it's a new year
recurrence had
too.
already ended.
Right, plus it's New Year.
And
And
their
you gave it
recurrence
to
came.
them.
Well, how
Right,
come
but it's
those
a new
doesn't
year.
get corrected? and we have
Because
to
their
change
recurrence
ours?
is placed at a different time. That's all it is.
That
Hey,
way?
the chamber
It's
changed
a
the council
recurrence,
meetings.
like on the calendar. I put it
No, I
today
understand that.
You
and I
know.
don't have to touch it for another 7
Why is
months.
it
The chamber
theirs
changed the
corrected
council
instead
meeting.
of ours
Now it's the
being
third
changed
Tuesday, now it's
to
on the second
accommodate
Tuesday.
something new?
I just clicked the wrong button. That's all I have.
Remember Jonathan left.
What I can do is I meet with them next, unless you guys wanna table it, this discussion for next meeting.
You guys don't know how
talk
I
with
feel
them,
about the 7
I
PM.
meet
would
with
love
them
to
next
change the
week,
time.
So I can ask them to change.
Maybe
You guys
they-
wanna try
maybe
that
their date
first?
Is better for them.
Okay. So I'll have an update for you next week. But
Okay.
as of right now, speaking of January and February,
Well,
we're on
what
for the
about
fourth.
The
Monday.
27th and the
What's the
24th.
27th and 24th?
So send me what you have an idea of. I'll send you my draft letter. I would like to try to get them out
7
sooner than
o'clock.
later.
I'll send it to you tonight.
Yes, anytime.
7.
And then,
Let
we
me.
can-
What I'm thinking, not that complicated, it's just hard to explain because I'm not like in front of a computer and.
just send me what you have an idea for.
One last thing I wanted to clear up based on the discussion you guys were having. So because, the mayor was already a council member, his appointments are staying.
Oh.
Me.
So,
So-
yeah,
You lost me, I'm sorry.
Josh, or-
you know, it's.
You're in charge.
it's-
We'll take-
Josh,
the mayor would take
So,
the old mayor's appointments.
So,
Josh had his appointment.
so Manny Sid's appointments
Will go
will
to-
now go to the new person.
Right, we'll go to Josh.
Whoever gets appointed. Yeah. I'm only letting you know because that's where.
Well, why
that-
not
Oh, the new
Somebody
appointment,
that-
oh,
No,
the new appointment.
don't ask me, I don't know, I'm
You-
just telling you what. it
When you
is.
mean the new appointment, I know you're talking about, like Alex Sanchez, who just,
Correct, so if he
Like
gets
Alex Sanchez, who
appointed, he
just
would
walked out.
take over the
You understand?
the
For
two
men,
men.
it's just a seat.
Right.
I don't understand because
There's
she's
a
being
seat
interrupted
that's
so
open. There's
often.
a seat that's open.
So normally it follows, I thought it follows the seat,
You
but what
said
they
the people
explained to
who
me.
said nominated, right? Is that what you were referring to?
Yes, the appointees for
Okay.
this
Okay.
board. So for example, Eladio, that's one.
Right.
Eladio was appointed by,
Mary said,
exactly, so. If you want to talk to the person that can remove them off it would have to be whoever gets appointed.
Right, but instead of.
which
before
means whoever
transferring
gets appointed, the
the-
new person.
Because
the
they
new
wanted
council-
to follow the
mayor.
person,
The new-
they didn't
not
think
the
it
new
made
mayor.
sense.
Oh,
The new
the
seat,
seat.
the
for
new seat
David
gets
to have appointed people and those appointments and now go to somebody else so that he could follow the.
No, agreed, but
You get me?
before the appointed goes to a new appointee, get him off the list.
No, that's not how
No,
it
that's
works,
not how it
per,
works.
per the
It's all
rules,
by
that's
law.
not how it works.
No.
They just automatically pick it up and the new person can decide whether to keep them or remove.
'Cause I mean, somebody that hasn't shown up in 7 months.
Well,
But we've gone, yeah,
Right.
we've gone back and forth about this, but that's just
Right.
based on the
we,
rules.
I would, you know, I can't discuss it now because of our sunshine, but certainly I would be open to making. To reverting back to the old rule.
But that.
well, I
we've
think
been
that's an
asking
issue
for
that the council's gonna bring up.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna have
We
to bring
can't-
that up
yeah, we
already.
can't discuss.
That's gonna come
you
up,
can tell
with-
them that our.
right, because that's
No,
gonna
but
come up.
When
with
I
it.
was there, I requested
Probably
that.
not. That's gonna come up, that's gonna come up with the council.
100%.
It's been requested by various.
Thank you.
That's gonna come up,
It's coming up. Let's just
it's
say.
coming up.
It's coming. Coming up very soon.
But as of right now, I'm just giving you that information so you know
Okay.
what can be done.
I know that's been requested by a lot of chairs
Mhm.
and it's coming up. Let's just say it that way.
I have one more question for you, Isle. The fourth Monday of every month at 7, is it open? The fourth? Because if the fourth Monday of every month at 7
February, I
PM
think
is
so.
open, we already
We should-
are following that pattern for January and February. So it would be smart to follow it for the rest of the year.
But February's a short. month.
February's a short,
Is there,
January, and February is set.
it's already there?
Yeah, the
Yeah, it is.
24th,
It's
that's
Yeah, the
set.
27th and the 24th are set, January, February.
Yeah, just.
I'm gonna just place it for now, just to make sure I have you guys on hold.
Right.
That would be a fantastic.
Right.
Because we are in a sunshine meeting. Those things aren't really, like, we're not breaking any sunshine, I mean, not that we're gonna discuss it. I'd
Right.
rather probably just-
And this is a public
But I'm
notice hearing, but
curious,
it's a public notice hearing for blasting.
So really.
Like on Friday, we have a sunshine meeting. We can't just start discussing traffic.
Okay.
Because it's a notice meeting for this.
Okay.
Like the
didn't wanna
meeting,
discuss it either way.
supposedly, I think Josh and Ray had a meeting today, which just says council issues. I guess they can talk about whatever they want because they know this and it's very general, right? So that's the way I see it. at least.
Okay.
That's a good question, because this is a publicly noticed
Yeah,
meeting.
and anything that we say is recorded and noted and, but.
Well, not very noted because we're not part of the committee, but definitely.
What you say is,
Well, our public comments should, I mean, I always noted public comments. like
Right,
you
that's
said
right, part of
it,
this public
yeah.
comments in the beginning.
But yeah, it's not, I don't know, it's a good question.
I won't discuss it anyway, but.
Yeah, it's a good
Just
question.
wanted-
Is there anything else? Any?
she calendared us in for the fourth, Monday of every month at 7 PM. If that changes in the future or whatever, that's fine. The January meeting was set for January 27th at 7, and the February
February
meeting,
24th.
February 24th at 7. Okay, and then we can resurface the topic next meeting just to make sure we didn't, something changes, but at least we're on the calendar and
Right now,
nobody's
through
gonna,
August 25th, you guys are.
Okay.
why wouldn't it be like the whole year? I'm trying to understand the
Cause
logic,
it
I'm
only,
sorry.
cause it only
Because it
lets
only
you
lets
book
her-
so much in advance.
Oh, yeah. So-
I don't know why.
Okay,
If it
book
so
were
now
up
we
to
need
me,
to-
it would be forever. I would never have to touch
You
it.
can book- you can-
And just cancel it when you're done.
Once we get all the laws we want.
No, it's
cancel
not,
it, cancel it.
it's not, like, it's
No,
like Outlook does
Outlook,
it for
right.
some reason.
It's
it
a
doesn't.
limitation on the outlook.
Doesn't cooperate. Outlook. All right,
But
that's,
if it's till August is when it ends, so it's the fiscal year.
8 months.
No,
Oh.
fiscal year. Almost,
Yeah, it's a fiscal year. moment.
That's why.
Yeah.
well, a month short of the fiscal
A
year.
month in
it's
front.
very odd cutoff for a calendar, but,
It's the fiscal year.
all right, I motion to.
Motion to adjourn. Is there anything else? Any other questions? Any business? Anything else? On the table, going once,
You're
I
up.
will say,
going twice?
the meeting we had, the presentation we gave at your office was my first presentation that we had given.
Remember that?
And,
That we had
Yeah.
quite a while ago.
yeah, and that's how I learned about the notice of purchaser. Is what you guys shared, what you shared.
Okay.
So,
We got two realtors here that do it right.
Hmm.
It's not that easy to find.
No, in
my-
fact, that's why I'm surprised that you actually
Anything?
had a disclosure.
Yeah, anything?
That's super cool, because we didn't find it anywhere else.
all right, so I'll second it then.
Third. Third, motion